Hey people, it is Sunday, June the 18th, which is both Father's Day and Paul McCartney's birthday. So happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and happy birthday, Sir Paul. Although this video will be going up on YouTube probably several days after. In any case, I'm on the corner of Davenport Road here and Bay Street. So this is where Bay Street begins heading south, or where it ends if you are heading north. But in this case, I'm going to be walking south along Bay Street here. Down, I'm not quite sure how far down. We'll see how far I get. It's a beautiful sunny day, around 24 degrees Celsius. Quite overcast though, I should mention. Very hazy. I'm not sure if there is a air quality alert in effect right now or not. But I was up in this area recording another video of the exotic car show along Bloor Street. So after I finished that, I thought, well, why not get another video as I walk south here along Bay. So we'll be passing right by Bay and Bloor, and you'll see there's still some huge crowds in the area. A bit too many people for my liking, all crammed into one small area. I like busy, vibrant city streets, but not so much a human gridlock situation. I like to be able to actually walk at my regular walking pace. So we're just walking past the Yorkville area here on the right. That's Yorkville Avenue over there. And it continues on over here to Yonge Street.
Come on, Francesca, walk.
And walking in this direction provides me with some nice shade, at least. Going east-west along Bloor Street, there's no shade really. The sun is just directly overhead as you walk in that direction. These cars are not part of the exotic car show. Those are just cars you often see driving around the Yorkville area on any day, really. Wow, here's a classic car. And here we are at Bay and Bloor. And over there you can see the crazy crowds. I fought my way through there for a bit too long for my liking. There's a look east down Bloor. And we're going to cross and continue on south. This looks like rush hour in the financial district right now. Except the financial district is far away in the other end of downtown. Italy has their little outdoor setup here. Flagship Indigo bookstore. It's part of the Manulife Center. It's a small shopping center.
Well, we could go.
Crossing Charles Street. There's the Manulife Center apartments. I'm wondering if I should switch to the shadier side of the street. I'll just do it down at the next intersection, I think. You know what? Maybe I'll just stick to this side. I think last time I walked down Bay Street, I was walking on the west side, so let's stick to the east side. It's mostly tall buildings, so I'll get shade most of the way on either side of the street. So I've dubbed this stretch of Bay Street the Condo Canyon. Most of these buildings are residential towers, with a few office towers here and there. Once you go south to Queen Street, though, Bay Street is almost solidly an office district. That's in the heart of the financial district, of course. I don't think we'll be getting that far south, though, in this walk.
ठीक है इतना पैसा तो क्या एक घर है एक साइड में रतन टाटा का घर दूसरी तरफ अनिल का घर वो लैंड की कीमत है 400 करोड़ वो घर 42 कमरे का घर है 42 राइट
Back into the shade. We passed a park back there that opened things up. Bathed me in sunlight. I like a lot of these little side streets. They're often more interesting than the main streets themselves. Up ahead I can see First Canadian Place in the financial district, but it definitely looks like it's a bit murky with the sky so hazy right now. And here's Wellesley Street. This used to be the Sutton Place Hotel, which was once a pretty highly regarded hotel, but that was closed and converted into a residential building. They actually added about 9 additional stories on top of the old hotel building after they stripped it down to its skeleton and then reclad the whole thing in modern glass, of course. Too bad they couldn't have kept the original cladding on the old hotel. It was actually quite nice. I like the additional height, but everything else they did, I'm not really a fan of. Some nice trees along this stretch, plenty of shade, even if the buildings weren't tall. Bay Street does have nice wide sidewalks for most of its length. Until you get to the financial district, strangely enough, then the sidewalks tend to get a lot narrower. That's a much older built up area down there. But Yonge Street, just to the east of here, also has rather narrow sidewalks compared to what you see here anyway. There are a few sections along Yonge where the sidewalks do widen up. But some of them are definitely way too narrow for the amount of people that usually are walking along Yonge Street. Beautiful little tree canopy here. We need more of this. Here's Grenville Street. There's actually a pretty cool shot looking straight up Bay Street here because the street takes a bit of a bend. So you can get a nice shot looking right up the condo canyon here. And as you can see, the bike lanes here are actually just sharrows, not a protected bike lane. Crossing College Street. Looking into College Park towards the towering aura. I just took a walk through College Park last night during my live stream and it was extremely lively. It's a very well-used park. It's surrounded by thousands of units of residential and all those towers, so it's no surprise that it's quite a busy urban park right smack in the middle of downtown. Passing the residences of College Park. I remember when they were first built, they stood out quite a bit at the time as being taller than most of the existing buildings. That's not really the case anymore. In the last 10 years, several other buildings have been built around them. A tower over them now. And there's another walkway that'll take you into College Park and right over to Yonge Street if you just keep heading west, or east, I should say. Bay and Gerard. You can see there are some nice protected bike lanes here on Gerard Street. And another awesome view looking up at the towering Aura. The building actually didn't turn out that great, but from some angles it does look pretty impressive. Just the sheer height, I think, is what makes it somewhat of a redeeming structure on the skyline. And I've always thought that this section of Bay Street kind of loses a bit of that big city feel since the buildings level off here for a few blocks. Although some of it is quite charming, such as Elm Street here, this little restaurant row. But the canyon sort of temporarily comes to an end here. But it does begin again, south of Queen Street. With that being said, though, I just saw a proposal to build 2 towers on the site of the old bus terminal, which is right over here. See that old Art Deco 2-story structure? So they're going to preserve that old building and much of the old bus bays also, but they're going to build 2 towers along, is that Edward Street there. So that'll give a bit of a peek to this low-slung part of Bay Street. And the old bus terminal building will be preserved, which is good to see. And maybe that parking lot will also be developed with a tower. And we are approaching Dundas Street. I was thinking I would cross, but maybe I'll just go down to the next intersection.
I got the very last copy of this book.
There you can see the financial district now, making its presence known. And the backside of City Hall. I think that's where I'm going to try to get to wrap up the video. Let's see if I can make it before the battery dies on my camera.
The best steak sauce, my favorite steak sauce, is the grind time steak sauce. This is my steak sauce.
The Marriott Hotel. All right. Perfect timing.
That dog, you still have that much money. So how you gonna buy a house?
That's a good point.
There's a look. You can see all the way we've come so far.
Work hard and we need to do it. You're all your stuff now.
another nice shady stretch here as we are coming onto Nathan Phillips Square. I may not be able to get down into the financial district, but we'll get a nice view of it at least. Can I go up here? I don't think I've ever gone up this staircase before. For much of the last several years, most of these staircases were blocked off for reasons that never really made any sense to me. So this goes all the way around the square. Get an awesome view of Old City Hall. Looks like they still have this one blocked off though, that leads up to the green roof. I just don't get that. But at least this is open. He's like king of the world there, Mr. Siegel, overseeing his kingdom. Pretty cool view. Aw, these two pigeons are being sweet to each other. But I'm going to start to wrap it up. I can see my battery has gone into the red zone, shall we say. So I hope you enjoyed the walk down Bay Street, where we started at Davenport Road, right where Bay Street begins or ends, depending on which way you're going. I went south, all the way down here to Nathan Phillips Square. So leave a comment below if you enjoyed the walk, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also make sure you hit the notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And there's also a super thanks button right down below if you'd like to support the channel that way. And you can find me on Instagram also under K Continuum. So thanks for watching.